Hello, everyone. Here's a summary of 7 life-changing takeaways from Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits is a book about building and sustaining good habits while breaking bad ones through small, incremental changes that lead to significant long-term results. James Clear emphasizes that success comes not from grand goals but from consistent systems and tiny improvements, about 1% better each day. Key ideas include the power of small changes, the 4 laws of behavior change, focusing on identity, and the importance of consistency. 1. The power of 1% improvement. 2. Systems over goals. 3. The 4 laws of behavior change. 4. Focus on identity. 5. Tracking and consistency. 6. Breaking bad habits. 7. Patience and long-term thinking.
Key takeaway.
Atomic Habits teaches that lasting change comes from small, repeatable actions, not fleeting motivation. By building systems, applying the 4 laws, and aligning habits with your desired identity, you can achieve remarkable outcomes over time. It's a practical guide for anyone seeking sustainable self-improvement. Here's a detailed explanation of the power of 1% improvement, including examples and deeper insights to illustrate how this concept works and why it's so effective. 1. The power of 1% improvement. Core idea. The power of 1% improvement is based on the principle of compounding. Small, consistent changes accumulate over time to produce exponential results. James Clear argues that massive success doesn't require massive actions. Instead, it stems from tiny adjustments that build upon each other. He likens it to compound interest in finance. Just as money grows exponentially with interest over years, habits and skills grow similarly when improved incrementally. Clear uses a mathematical illustration. If you improve by 1% each day for a year, 365 days, the compounding effect means you don't just improve by 365%, you improve by nearly 37 times. 1.01 carat 365 is almost equal to 37.78. Conversely, if you decline by 1% daily, you don't just lose 365%, you drop to almost nothing. 0.99 carat 365 is almost equal to 0.03. This demonstrates how small habits, whether positive or negative, have outsized impacts over time. Why it works. Overcomes overwhelm. Big goals, e.g., lose 20 kilograms or write a novel, can feel daunting, leading to procrastination. A 1% change is manageable and sustainable. Bypasses motivation. Relying on willpower or inspiration is unreliable. Small improvements depend on routine, not mood. Snowball effect. Early changes may seem insignificant, but as they compound, they create momentum, making bigger achievements possible. The Valley of Disappointment. Clear introduces the idea that progress isn't linear. In the beginning, 1% improvements feel trivial and results are hard to see. This is the Valley of Disappointment. Many people give up here because they expect instant transformation. However, if you persist, you reach a tipping point where the compounding effect kicks in and results accelerate dramatically. Visual analogy. Imagine a bamboo plant. For years, it grows underground, showing little above the surface. Then suddenly, it shoots up meters in weeks. Habits work the same way. Quiet growth precedes visible success. Real-life application. The 1% principle applies to any area of life: health, productivity, relationships, skills, or finances. The key is consistency and patience. It's not about perfection, but about steady progress. Examples of the power of 1% improvement. Example 1, fitness. Scenario: you want to get fit but haven't exercised in years. 1% improvement. Start by walking 10 minutes a day, instead of aiming for an hour-long gym session. After a week, increase to 11 minutes, then add light stretching, then jog for a minute, and so on. Compounding effect. Over months, this could evolve into running 5 kilometers regularly. In a year, you might be fitter than ever, not because you started with a grueling routine, but because you built the habit incrementally. Contrast. Someone who tries intense workouts from day 1 might burn out and quit within weeks. Example 2. Learning a language. Scenario: you want to learn Spanish, but feel overwhelmed by grammar and vocabulary. 1% improvement. Study 5 new words a day. Takes 5 minutes. After a month, add a simple sentence. Later, listen to a 5-minute podcast daily. Compounding effect. In 6 months, you know 900 plus words and can understand basic conversations. In a year, you might hold simple discussions, all from 5 minutes a day. Contrast. Cramming for hours sporadically often leads to forgetting and frustration. Example 3. Writing. Scenario: you dream of writing a book, but struggle to start. 1% improvement. Write 50 words a day, 1 short paragraph. After a week, aim for 55 words, then 60, gradually increasing as it becomes routine. Compounding effect. In a year, 50 words daily becomes 18,250 words, enough for a short book. With slight increases, you could hit 50,000 words, a novel's length. Contrast. Waiting for a big block of time to write a book often means never starting. Example 4. Financial savings. Scenario: you want to save money but feel you don't earn enough. 1% improvement. Save 1% of your income monthly, e.g., $10 from a $1,000 income. Next month, bump it to 1.5%, then 2%. Compounding effect. Over years, with interest and growing contributions, this could become thousands of dollars. Pair it with cutting 1% of unnecessary spending, e.g., 1 less coffee, and the effect doubles. Contrast. Trying to save a huge lump sum at once often fails due to lack of funds or discipline. Real-world case. British cycling team. Clear cites the British cycling team under coach Dave Brailsford as a famous example. Before 2003, the team had never won the Tour de France. Brailsford introduced the aggregation of marginal gains, improving every aspect: bike design, nutrition, sleep, training, by just 1%. Within a decade, they dominated, winning multiple tours and Olympic medals. Each tiny tweak was minor alone, but together, they transformed the team. Key insights. Time is the multiplier. 1% doesn't seem like much daily, but over months or years, it's transformative. The longer you stick with it, the bigger the payoff. Positive versus negative habits. The same principle applies to bad habits. Skipping a 1% effort, e.g., not flossing, compounds into dental issues over decades. Mindset shift. Focus on getting slightly better rather than being perfect. Small wins build confidence and momentum. How to apply it. Identify an area. Pick one goal, e.g., health, skills, productivity. Start tiny. Choose an action so small it's effortless, e.g., 1 push-up, 1 sentence, $1 saved. Increase gradually. Add 1% more effort as it becomes comfortable. Track progress. Use a journal or app to see the compounding unfold. Be patient. Trust the process through the valley of disappointment. Conclusion. The power of 1% improvement shows that massive change doesn't require heroic effort, just consistent, bite-sized steps. Whether it's fitness, learning, or finances, the secret is starting small and letting time work its magic. As Clear puts it, habits are the compound interest of self-improvement, and 1% is the seed that grows into a forest. 2. Systems over goals. Core idea. James Clear argues that while goals are important, they give you direction, they're not enough to ensure success. A goal is the outcome you want, e.g., lose 10 pounds, run a marathon, earn $100,000, but a system is the process or set of habits you follow to achieve that outcome, e.g., eat healthy daily, run 3 times a week, work 2 extra hours daily. Clear emphasizes that focusing solely on goals can lead to frustration or failure, while building systems ensures progress and long-term results. The key distinction is this: goals are about what you want, while systems are about how you get there. Clear illustrates this with the idea that winners and losers often have the same goals. Every athlete wants to win gold. Every entrepreneur wants to get rich, but what separates them is the systems they implement. Why systems trump goals? Goals are temporary. Once you achieve a goal or fail, you're left without direction. Systems keep you moving forward regardless of the outcome. Example, if your goal is to write a book and you finish it, what's next? A system like Write Daily sustains your craft indefinitely. Goals can demotivate. If progress is slow, you feel like a failure even if you're improving. Systems focus on the process, which you control. Example, lose 10 pounds feels far off if the scale doesn't budge, but exercise daily feels like a win every time you do it. Goals don't guarantee success. You can hit a goal through unsustainable means, e.g., crash dieting, and still revert to old habits. Systems build lasting change. Example, starving to lose weight works short-term, but a system of balanced eating prevents regain. The mindset shift. Clear suggests reframing your approach. Instead of obsessing over the end result, fall in love with the process. Systems make the journey rewarding, not just the destination. He writes, you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. In other words, your success depends on the habits you maintain, not the targets you set. Real-life application. Systems work in any domain, personal growth, career, health, or creativity. The trick is to design repeatable actions that align with your desired outcome, then focus on executing them consistently rather than fixating on the finish line. Examples of systems over goals. Example 1. Weight loss. Goal: lose 20 pounds in 6 months. Problem with goal: you might obsess over the scale, feel discouraged by slow progress, or resort to extreme measures, e.g., skipping meals, that aren't sustainable. System: eat a vegetable with every meal and walk 10,000 steps daily. How it works: these habits improve your health daily. Weight loss becomes a byproduct, and even if you don't hit 20 pounds exactly, you're fitter and healthier long-term. Outcome: over 6 months, you might lose 15 to 25 pounds naturally without stress and maintain it because the system is ingrained. Example 2. Running a marathon. Goal: run a marathon in a year. Problem with goal: if you focus only on the race, you might neglect training consistency, get injured, or lose motivation if the event feels too distant. System: run 3 times a week, starting with 1 mile and increasing by 10% monthly. How it works: the system builds your endurance gradually. You're not just training for one day, you're becoming a runner. If injury or scheduling prevents the marathon, you're still fit. Outcome: by race day, you're prepared or close to it, and running is now part of your life. Example 3. Building a business. Goal: earn $100,000 in revenue this year. Problem with goal: fixating on the number might push you to chase quick wins, e.g., spammy sales tactics, that hurt long-term growth or leave you lost if you fall short. System: contact 5 new clients weekly and post valuable content online daily. How it works: these actions build your network and reputation steadily. Revenue grows as a result of consistent effort, not forced pressure. Outcome: you might hit $80,000 or $120,000, but either way, your business is stronger and more sustainable. Example 4. Writing a novel. Goal: finish a 50,000-word novel by December. Problem with goal: procrastination often strikes because the deadline feels far, or you rush and produce low-quality work to meet it. System: write 200 words every morning. How it works: 200 words takes 10 to 15 minutes, easy to start. In 250 days, about 8 months, you hit 50,000 words without stress. You can adjust the target later if needed. Outcome: you finish the novel, or more, by December, and writing becomes a habit, setting you up for future projects. Real-world case: sales team performance. Imagine a sales manager who sets a team goal: increase sales by 20% this quarter. The team scrambles, some hit the target through luck or burnout, but morale drops and gains don't last. Now consider a system. Make 10 customer calls daily and follow up within 24 hours. Each rep builds relationships steadily, skills improve, and sales rise organically, often exceeding 20%, because the system drives consistent effort. Key insights. Control what you can. You can't always control outcomes, e.g., market conditions, injuries, but you can control your actions. Systems keep you in charge. Progress over perfection. A system rewards effort daily, not just the end result. This builds resilience and reduces pressure. Longevity. Goals have an endpoint. Systems are ongoing. A goal might get you to the marathon, but a system makes you a lifelong runner. Goals versus systems in practice. Goal. Get an A in math. System. Study 30 minutes daily and review notes weekly. The system ensures learning, not just a grade. Goal. Get promoted. System. Arrive 15 minutes early and take on one extra task weekly. The system builds your reputation over time. The role of feedback. Systems provide immediate feedback. Did you follow through today? Goals delay feedback until the end, which can sap motivation. Clear suggests tracking systems, e.g., a habit tracker, to see progress unfold, reinforcing your commitment. How to apply it. Set a goal. Optional, define what you want, e.g., be healthier. Forget the goal. Shift focus to the process. Design a system. Create 1 to 3 simple, repeatable actions, e.g., drink water first thing, walk after dinner. Execute daily. Prioritize consistency over intensity. Refine over time. Adjust the system as you grow, e.g., add weights to your walk. Conclusion. Systems over goals is about embracing the process that drives results, not just dreaming of the finish line. Goals give you a target, but systems give you a path, and the path is what matters most. As Clear puts it, you don't have to be perfect with a system. You just have to keep showing up. Whether it's losing weight, building a skill, or growing a career, a solid system turns ambition into action, and action into achievement. 3. The 4 laws of behavior change. Core idea. James Clear bases the 4 laws on the science of habits, which follow a predictable cycle. A cue triggers a craving, leading to a response, followed by a reward. To create a good habit, you make each step easier and more appealing. To break a bad habit, you make it harder and less desirable. The 4 laws are: make it obvious, cue; make it attractive, craving; make it easy, response; make it satisfying, reward. These laws are flexible and can be applied to any habit, big or small, across areas like health, productivity, or relationships. Clear also provides inversions, e.g., make it invisible, to undo unwanted behaviors. 1. Make it obvious, cue. Explanation. Habits start with a trigger, a cue that signals your brain to act. If the cue is unclear or hidden, you're less likely to start. Making it obvious means designing your environment or routine so the habit's trigger is impossible to miss. Why it works. Our brains are wired to respond to visible prompts. Clear calls this environment design. You shape your surroundings to prompt the right actions. Key strategy. Use time, location, or existing habits as cues, e.g., after I brush my teeth, I'll meditate. Examples. Habit. Drink more water. Make it obvious. Place a water bottle on your desk or kitchen counter where you'll see it all day. Result. Every glance reminds you to sip, increasing intake without effort. Contrast. Keeping it in a cabinet makes you forget. Habit. Exercise daily. Make it obvious. Lay out workout clothes the night before, right by your bed. Result. You see them first thing, prompting you to dress and move. Breaking a bad habit. Make it invisible to stop snacking. Hide junk food in an opaque container on a high shelf. Out of sight, out of mind. Insight. Small tweaks in visibility have big impacts. Clear cites a study where moving water bottles closer to hospital staff increased hydration rates, proof that cues drive behavior. 2. Make it attractive, craving. Explanation. A habit won't stick if it feels like a chore. Making it attractive taps into your brain's reward system, dopamine, creating a craving to act. The more appealing the habit, the more you'll want to do it. Why it works. Humans are motivated by pleasure. Linking a habit to something enjoyable makes it irresistible. Key strategy. Use temptation bundling. Pair the habit with something you already love. Examples. Habit. Read more books. Make it attractive. Sip your favorite tea or listen to relaxing music while reading. Result: reading becomes a cozy ritual you look forward to, not a task. Contrast: forcing yourself to read in silence might feel dull. Habit: go to the gym. Make it attractive. Watch a show you love on your phone while on the treadmill. Result: you associate exercise with entertainment, not just sweat. Breaking a bad habit: make it unattractive to quit smoking. Focus on its downsides. Imagine the smell or health risks vividly. This reduces its appeal. Insight: clear notes that cultural or social influence can also make habits attractive. If your friends exercise, you're more likely to crave it too. 3. Make it easy response. Explanation: the harder a habit is to start, the less likely you'll do it. Making it easy means reducing friction, lowering the effort, time, or complexity required. The goal is to get started because starting often leads to finishing. Why it works: behavior follows the path of least resistance, the law of least effort. If it's simple, you'll do it even without motivation. Key strategy: use the 2-minute rule. Scale the habit down to something that takes 2 minutes or less to begin. Examples: habit: journal daily. Make it easy. Keep a notebook and pen on your nightstand. Start with writing one sentence. Result: one sentence often turns into a page because starting is the hardest part. Contrast: a blank laptop screen with no prep feels intimidating. Habit: cook healthy meals. Make it easy. Pre-chop veggies or buy pre-washed greens. Result: cooking takes less time, so you're more likely to do it. Breaking a bad habit: make it difficult to stop scrolling social media. Log out after each use or move the app to a hidden folder. Extra steps deter mindless use. Insight: ClearSight's research showing that reducing friction, e.g., shorter gym commutes, drastically increases habit adherence. Simplicity beats willpower. 4. Make it satisfying reward. Explanation: habits stick when they feel rewarding. Making it satisfying means adding an immediate positive outcome, reinforcing your brain's desire to repeat the behavior. Without satisfaction, you lose motivation. Why it works: the brain prioritizes instant gratification. A reward closes the loop, making the habit worth doing again. Key strategy: track progress, e.g., check marks on a calendar, or give yourself a small treat. Examples: habit: save money. Make it satisfying. After depositing $10, treat yourself to a $1 coffee or mark a savings chart. Result: the small win feels good, encouraging you to save more. Contrast: no reward might make saving feel pointless. Habit: meditate daily. Make it satisfying. After 5 minutes, enjoy a piece of dark chocolate or a moment of quiet pride. Result: the reward ties meditation to pleasure, not just discipline. Breaking a bad habit: make it unsatisfying to stop biting nails. Wear bitter polish or track days without biting, and feel shame if you reset to 0. Insight: clear warns that delayed rewards, e.g., I'll be fit in a year, aren't enough. Immediate satisfaction bridges the gap, keeping you hooked. How the laws work together. Imagine building a habit like running. Obvious: set shoes by the door. Cue. Attractive: listen to a playlist you love. Craving. Easy: start with a 5-minute jog. Response. Satisfying: enjoy a smoothie after. Reward. Over time, running becomes automatic because each law reinforces the others. For a bad habit like procrastination: invisible: hide your phone. No cue. Unattractive: think wasted time equals stress. No craving. Difficult: lock distracting apps. Hard response. Unsatisfying: set a penalty for delaying tasks. No reward. Real-world case: toothbrushing. Clear uses toothbrushing as an example of a universal habit. Obvious: toothbrush on the sink. Attractive: mini toothpaste tastes good. Easy: takes 2 minutes. Satisfying: fresh breath feels great. This is why most people brush daily. It hits all 4 laws naturally. Key insights: flexibility: adjust the laws to fit your life. If one's weak, e.g., exercise isn't satisfying, boost it, add a reward. Breaking habits: inverting the laws is just as powerful. Make bad habits fade by design. Compounding: Small habits built with these laws grow into big changes, tie in with 1% improvement. How to apply it? Pick a habit. Choose one to build, e.g., stretching, or break, e.g., late-night TV. Apply each law. Brainstorm one action per law, e.g., mat out, fun music, 2 stretches, quick shower. Test and tweak. If it's not sticking, adjust, e.g., change the cue. Conclusion. The 4 laws of behavior change offer a blueprint for hacking your habits. By making good behaviors obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying, you stack the deck in your favor. Conversely, inverting them dismantles bad habits effortlessly. As Clear puts it, you don't have to be the victim of your environment. You can be the architect of it. These laws turn intention into action, one step at a time. 4. Focus on identity. Core idea. James Clear introduces the idea that the most effective way to change your habits is to shift your focus from what you want to achieve, outcomes, or what you want to do, actions, to who you want to become, identity. Habits stick when they align with your self-image, when they become part of who you are, not just something you do. Clear argues that true behavior change starts with believing in a new version of yourself, then reinforcing that belief through small, consistent actions. This concept operates on 3 layers of change. Outcomes. Changing results, e.g., losing weight. Processes. Changing habits or systems, e.g., exercising daily. Identity. Changing your beliefs about yourself, e.g., I'm a healthy person. Most people focus on outcomes or processes, but Clear says identity is the deepest layer and the real driver of lasting change. When your habits reflect your identity, they feel natural, not forced. Why it works. Reinforces motivation. If you see yourself as a writer, writing daily feels like living up to your identity, not a chore. Builds resilience. When setbacks occur, e.g., missing a workout, you don't abandon the habit because it's tied to who you are. I'm still a fit person. Creates consistency. Identity drives behavior even when external rewards fade. You don't need a prize to act like yourself. The feedback loop. Clear describes a 2-way relationship. Your identity shapes your habits. If you believe I'm disciplined, you act that way. Your habits shape your identity. Each time you act disciplined, you reinforce that belief. He calls every habit a vote for the type of person you want to become. Small actions accumulate evidence of your new self. Contrast with outcome-based thinking. Outcome focus. I want to run a marathon. If you fail or finish, motivation drops. What next? Process focus. I'll run 3 times a week. Better, but it's still a task list, not a core belief. Identity focus. I'm a runner. Running becomes part of you, so you do it regardless of races or schedules. Real-life application. Focusing on identity works for any goal: health, career, creativity, or relationships. It's about asking, what would that version of me do? And acting accordingly. Examples of focus on identity. Example 1. Becoming a healthy eater. Outcome approach. I want to lose 10 pounds. Process approach. I'll eat salad every day. Identity approach. I'm someone who prioritizes health and eats nourishing food. How it works. Instead of forcing salads, process. To hit a weight goal, outcome. You start choosing meals that a healthy person would eat. Maybe a salad, maybe grilled chicken. You're not dieting, you're living as a health-conscious person. Result. You naturally adopt better eating habits long-term, and weight loss follows. If you slip, e.g., eat cake, you don't panic. You're still healthy, so you return to good choices. Contrast. Outcome-focused dieters often regain weight post-goal because the identity didn't shift. Example 2. Becoming a writer. Outcome approach. I want to publish a book. Process approach. I'll write 500 words daily. Identity approach. I'm a writer. How it works. You write daily not to finish a book, but because writers write, it's who you are. On tough days, you might jot down 50 words, but you don't skip, because I'm a writer means showing up. Result. Over time, you produce enough to publish, but even without a book, you feel fulfilled as a writer. The habit sticks beyond one project. Contrast. Process-focused writers might burn out after hitting 500 words daily without an identity tie-in. Example 3. Quitting smoking. Outcome approach. I want to quit smoking. Process approach. I'll cut down by 1 cigarette a week. Identity approach. I'm a non-smoker. How it works. When offered a cigarette, you say, "No thanks, I don't smoke," because that's your identity, not just a goal or plan. Each refusal reinforces, "I'm a non-smoker." Result. Quitting feels empowering, not restrictive. Relapses are less likely since smoking contradicts your self-image. Contrast. Outcome-focused quitters might say, "I'm trying to quit," leaving room for temptation. Example 4. Becoming organized. Outcome approach. I want a clean house. Process approach. I'll tidy for 10 minutes daily. Identity approach. I'm an organized person. How it works. You start small, putting dishes away, folding clothes, not to clean the house, but because organized people keep things in order. Over time, your space reflects this identity. Result. Your home stays tidy consistently, not just for a one-time goal. Mess bothers you less because you trust yourself to fix it. Contrast. Process-focused tidying might stop once the house is done, without an identity shift. Real-world case. Athletes. Clear references elite athletes who embody this principle. A pro cyclist doesn't say, "I want to win the Tour de France," outcome, or "I'll train daily," process. They say, "I'm a cyclist." Training, eating right, and resting aren't tasks, they're expressions of identity. This mindset carries them through grueling seasons, not just one race. Key insights. Small votes matter. Every action is a vote for your identity. Writing one sentence equals a vote for, "I'm a writer." Missing a day doesn't erase it, but consistent votes solidify it. Avoid negative identities. Don't say, "I'm not a procrastinator." It still focuses on the negative. Say, "I'm a doer" instead. Flexibility. Identity allows adaptation. "I'm a fit person" might mean running 1 year, yoga the next, unlike rigid goals. The identity shift process. Decide who you want to be. Pick an identity, e.g., "I'm a learner." Prove it with actions. Start small, e.g., read 1 page daily. Reinforce the belief. Each action strengthens your self-image, making bigger habits easier. Why it's hard. Changing identity feels uncomfortable at first. You're rewriting your story. Clear advises starting small to build trust in the new you. How to apply it. Choose an identity. Ask, "Who do I want to be?" E.g., "I'm a musician." Act like that person. What's one thing they'd do? E.g., practice 5 minutes. Celebrate evidence. Each step, e.g., a practice session, is proof you're that person. Scale up gradually. As the identity solidifies, habits grow naturally. Conclusion. Focus on identity flips habit building from a checklist to a transformation. It's not about hitting targets or following rules. It's about becoming someone new. As Clear puts it, your habits are how you embody your identity. Whether it's health, creativity, or discipline, tying habits to who you are makes them stickier and more meaningful. You're not just doing, you're being. 5. Tracking and consistency. Core idea. James Clear emphasizes that building habits isn't just about starting them, it's about maintaining them over time. Tracking involves monitoring your habits to create awareness, accountability, and motivation, while consistency ensures you keep showing up, even when progress feels slow or setbacks occur. Together, they form the backbone of sustainable behavior change, turning sporadic efforts into automatic routines. Tracking, recording your actions, e.g., marking a calendar, using an app, provides tangible evidence of your progress, making abstract habits feel concrete. Consistency, regularly performing the habit, even imperfectly, builds momentum and ingrains it into your life. Clear ties these concepts to the compounding effect of habits. Small actions, repeated consistently and tracked effectively, lead to exponential growth over time. Why tracking works. Visibility. Seeing your efforts, e.g., a streak of checkmarks, makes progress real, countering the invisibility of gradual change. Motivation. Completing a tracked action feels rewarding, triggering dopamine and encouraging repetition. Accountability. Tracking holds you to your commitment, reducing excuses. Why consistency works. Neural pathways. Repetition strengthens brain connections, making habits automatic like brushing your teeth. Momentum. Consistent action builds a habit groove, making it harder to stop than to continue. Resilience. Showing up regularly, even after slip-ups, prevents small failures from derailing you. The don't break the chain principle. Clear references comedian Jerry Seinfeld's method. Mark a calendar with an X each day you do your habit, e.g., write a joke, aiming not to break the chain. The longer the chain, the more you're driven to keep it going. This illustrates how tracking fuels consistency. The rule: never miss twice. Clear's golden rule for consistency is don't miss twice. Life happens, sickness, travel, or fatigue might interrupt your habit, but missing once is a hiccup, not a failure. Missing twice risks sliding back into old patterns. This rule keeps you in the game without demanding perfection. Real-life application. Tracking and consistency apply to any habit, exercise, learning, saving money, by making progress measurable and repeatable. They're the glue that holds the other atomic habits principles like 1% improvement or identity together. Examples of tracking and consistency. Example 1. Exercise routine.
Goal: get fit.
Tracking. Use a wall calendar. Mark an X each day you exercise, e.g., 15-minute walk, 10 push-ups. Consistency. Aim to exercise 5 days a week. If you miss Wednesday due to a late meeting, ensure Thursday happens. No missing twice. How it works. The growing chain of excess motivates you. After a month, 20 excess show real progress. Missing once, e.g., day 10, doesn't ruin it, but skipping day 11 risks breaking the habit. Result: in 6 months, exercise is automatic, you're fitter, and the calendar is a trophy of your effort. Contrast. Without tracking, you might guess, I've done enough. Losing momentum. Without consistency, sporadic workouts yield little change. Example 2. Reading more. Goal: read 12 books a year. Tracking. Log pages read daily in a notebook or app, e.g., 10 pages today. Total them weekly. Consistency. Read every night before bed, even just 5 pages on busy days. If you skip a night, e.g., too tired, read the next morning. How it works. Seeing 150 pages this week feels like a win, pushing you to keep going. Never miss twice. Ensures one skipped night doesn't become a week off. Result: by year-end, you've read 15 books, 5,000 plus pages, surpassing your goal, because tracking kept you honest and consistency built the habit. Contrast. Untracked, you might overestimate progress. Inconsistent reading stalls at 2 books. Example 3. Saving money. Goal: save $1,000. Tracking. Use a spreadsheet or jar. Record every $10 saved, e.g., $10 on Monday, $20 on Friday. Consistency. Save something weekly, even $5 on tight weeks. If you miss a week, e.g., big expense, save double the next. How it works. Watching the total climb, e.g., $50, $100, $200 is satisfying. Never miss twice, prevents one splurge from derailing you. Result: in a year, you hit $1,200 because small, tracked deposits compounded and consistency overcame hiccups. Contrast. No tracking might mean forgetting to save. Inconsistency could leave you with $200. Example 4. Learning guitar. Goal: play a song fluently. Tracking. Mark a planner each day you practice, e.g., 15 minutes chords. Note milestones, e.g., mastered G chord. Consistency. Practice daily, even 5 minutes on busy days. If you miss a day, e.g., travel, play twice as long tomorrow. How it works. Excess pile up, showing effort, e.g., 25 days in a month. Missing once is fine, but practicing the next day keeps the skill alive. Result: in 3 months, you play the song, and more, because tracking revealed progress and consistency built skill. Contrast. Untracked practice feels aimless. Skipping days risks forgetting chords. Real-world case. Weight loss study. Clear cites studies where participants who tracked food intake, e.g., via apps, lost more weight than those who didn't. Tracking revealed patterns, e.g., late-night snacks, and consistent logging, despite occasional overeating, kept them mindful, leading to better choices over time.
Key insights.
Tracking isn't judgment. It's not about perfection, e.g., I failed today. It's data, did you do it or not? To guide you. Consistency beats intensity. 5 minutes daily trumps 2 hours once a month. Small, regular actions compound. The streak trap. Don't let a broken chain, e.g., 50-day streak ends, discourage you. Never miss twice, resets the focus. Tools for tracking. Simple. Pen and paper, calendar excess, tally marks. Digital. Apps like Habitica, Streaks, or Notion. Visual. A jar with marbles, 1 per habit day shows growth. Handling setbacks. Miss once, normal, life is messy. Log it and move on. Miss twice. Danger zone, act fast to restart. Clear says this is where habits die if unchecked. Tying to identity. Tracking and consistency reinforce, focus on identity. Each X or completed day is a vote for I'm a runner, I'm a saver, etc., embedding the habit deeper. How to apply it. Pick a habit. Choose one, e.g., meditation. Set a tracker. Decide how to log it, e.g., app, calendar. Define minimum. Make it doable daily, e.g., 2 minutes. Commit to consistency. Do it daily. If you miss, act the next day. Review. Check weekly. Adjust if needed. Conclusion. Tracking and consistency are the engine of habit building. Tracking turns invisible efforts into visible wins, while consistency ensures those wins pile up. As Clear puts it, you don't have to be perfect, just don't stop. Whether it's fitness, learning, or finances, these principles make progress inevitable. Miss a day? Fine. Miss 2? Fight back. The chain might break, but your resolve shouldn't. 6. Breaking bad habits. Core idea. James Clear teaches that to break bad habits, you reverse the process used to build good ones. Instead of making a habit easy and appealing, you make it difficult and unappealing. The 4 laws of behavior change, make it obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying, are flipped into their opposites. Make it invisible, remove the cue. Make it unattractive, reduce the craving. Make it difficult, hinder the response. Make it unsatisfying, eliminate the reward. Bad habits persist because they follow the same habit loop as good ones. A cue triggers a craving, leading to a response, followed by a reward. To stop them, you disrupt this loop at 1 or more points, making the habit harder to maintain until it fades away. Why it works. Disrupts autopilot. Bad habits often run unconsciously, e.g., snacking while watching TV. Breaking the loop forces awareness. Increases friction. Adding obstacles reduces the habit's convenience, weakening its grip. Shifts perception. Making it unattractive or unsatisfying changes how you feel about the behavior, eroding its appeal. The role of environment. Clear stresses that environment is key. Bad habits thrive in settings that support them, e.g., a kitchen full of junk food. Redesigning your surroundings to align with the inverted laws is more effective than relying on willpower alone. The never miss twice tie-in. Even when breaking habits, consistency matters. If you slip and indulge in a bad habit once, don't let it happen twice in a row. This prevents a single lapse from reviving the full pattern. Real-life application. This approach works for any bad habit, procrastination, overeating, smoking, excessive screen time, by systematically dismantling its structure rather than fighting it head-on. The inverted 4 laws. 1. Make it invisible, remove the cue. Explanation. Habits start with a trigger. If you hide or eliminate the cue, your brain doesn't get the signal to act. This breaks the loop at its source. Why it works. Out of sight, out of mind. Without a prompt, the craving never starts. Strategy. Change your environment to remove temptation. 2. Make it unattractive, reduce the craving. Explanation. Bad habits feel rewarding because they're tied to pleasure or relief, e.g., stress eating. Reframing them as unappealing, focusing on their downsides, dims the desire. Why it works. Your brain avoids what repulses you. Shifting the narrative kills the craving. Strategy: highlight negative consequences or reframe the habit's meaning. 3. Make it difficult. Hinder the response. Explanation: the easier a habit is to do, the more likely it happens. Adding friction, steps, effort, or barriers makes it less automatic, giving you time to reconsider. Why it works: humans default to the path of least resistance. More effort equals less action. Strategy: increase obstacles or distance to the behavior. 4. Make it unsatisfying. Eliminate the reward. Explanation: habits stick because they pay off, e.g., a sugar rush. Removing the reward or adding a penalty makes the behavior feel pointless or costly. Why it works: without a positive outcome, the brain loses interest. Strategy: use accountability or consequences to sour the experience. Examples of breaking bad habits. Example 1. Stop overeating junk food. Bad habit: eating chips or sweets mindlessly every evening. Inverted laws. Make it invisible. Store junk food in an opaque container in the garage, not the kitchen counter. Make it unattractive. Remind yourself, this makes me feel bloated and tired. Picturing the aftermath. Make it difficult. Only buy small packs that require a trip to the store, not bulk stashes. Make it unsatisfying. Track calories in an app. Seeing 500 calories wasted stings. How it works: no chips in sight reduces urges. Negative self-talk dims the appeal. Extra effort to get them gives pause. Tracking reveals the cost, not the joy. Result: snacking drops off within weeks, replaced by fruit or nothing because the loop breaks. Contrast: keeping chips handy and guilt-free keeps the habit alive. Example 2. Quit procrastinating on work. Bad habit: delaying tasks by scrolling social media. Inverted laws. Make it invisible. Move your phone to another room during work hours. Make it unattractive. Think, this wastes my time and stresses me later. Make it difficult. Log out of apps or use a site blocker like Freedom. Make it unsatisfying. Tell a friend you'll finish by 5 p.m. Embarrassment if you don't motivates you. How it works: no phone nearby cuts the queue. Negative framing kills the fun. Logging in takes effort. Accountability adds pressure. Result: you start tasks sooner and scrolling fades as a default. Contrast: easy access and no stakes perpetuate delay. Example 3. Stop smoking. Bad habit: smoking a cigarette when stressed. Inverted laws. Make it invisible. Throw out lighters and packs. Don't keep spares. Make it unattractive. Watch a video of lung damage or smell old ashtrays to disgust yourself. Make it difficult. Only smoke outside in the cold, not indoors. Make it unsatisfying. Pay $5 to a jar for each cigarette. Money lost feels bad. How it works: no cues reduce triggers. Disgust curbs cravings. Weather deters you. Fines outweigh the buzz. Result: smoking drops sharply. Stress finds new outlets like deep breathing. Contrast: keeping it easy and rewarding ensures relapse.
Key insights.
Layer the laws. You don't need all 4, sometimes one, e.g., make it difficult, is enough. But stacking them maximizes impact. Identity tie-in. Pair breaking habits with a new self-image, e.g., I'm a non-smoker, reinforcing the shift. Slip UPS happen if you lapse, e.g., eat a cookie, don't miss twice. Act the next day to kill the pattern. Environment beats willpower. Clear stresses that fighting urges head-on is exhausting. A smoker with no cigarettes nearby quits faster than one resisting a pack on the table. Design trumps discipline. Gradual versus immediate. Some habits, e.g., smoking, can stop cold with all 4 laws. Others, e.g., overeating, might taper off as friction builds. How to apply it? Identify the habit. Pick one to break, e.g., late-night snacking. Map the loop. Note its cue, craving, response, reward, e.g., TV, boredom, snack relief. Invert the laws. Apply one or more inversions, e.g., hide snacks, think fatigue. Lock the pantry, track calories. Test and adjust. If it persists, tweak, e.g., add a penalty. Conclusion: breaking bad habits is about flipping the script, making the behavior invisible, unattractive, difficult, and unsatisfying dismantles its power. As Clear says, you don't eliminate a bad habit. You replace it or make it impossible. Whether it's junk food, procrastination, or smoking, this method turns the habit loop against itself, freeing you with strategy, not struggle. 7. Patience and long-term thinking. Core idea. James Clear emphasizes that meaningful change doesn't happen overnight. It requires patience to endure slow progress and long-term thinking to prioritize sustained effort over quick fixes. He introduces the concept of the valley of disappointment, where early efforts yield little visible reward, tempting people to quit. However, those who persist through this phase reach a tipping point where results compound exponentially, proving that habits are about playing the long game. This ties into the book's overarching theme of small, incremental improvements, like the 1% rule. Clear argues that society glorifies instant success, but real transformation, like fitness, skill mastery, or wealth, takes time and consistency. Patience keeps you in the game. Long-term thinking ensures you're aiming for lasting impact, not fleeting wins. The valley of disappointment. What it is: a period where effort exceeds visible results. Progress is happening, e.g., building muscle, learning a skill, but it's too subtle to notice early on. Why it's hard: humans crave instant gratification. When results lag, motivation wanes, and doubt creeps in. Is this worth it? The breakthrough. Past the valley, compounding kicks in, small gains multiply, and progress accelerates. Why it works. Compounding effect. Like interest in a bank, habits grow slowly at first, then explode. Patience lets you reach this exponential phase. Avoids burnout. Long-term thinking prevents overreaching, e.g., crash diets, favoring sustainable systems. Builds resilience. Accepting delays trains you to handle setbacks without quitting. The plateau of latent potential. Clear uses this term to describe the gap between effort and reward. You're storing potential with each action, even if it's not yet visible. Breaking through the plateau requires sticking with it until the stored effort pays off. Analogy: ice melts at 32 degrees Fahrenheit 0 degrees Celsius, but heating water from 25 degrees Fahrenheit to 31 degrees Fahrenheit shows no change. You're building latent energy. Habits work the same way. Real-life application. Patience and long-term thinking apply to any goal requiring sustained effort: health, career, relationships. They're the mindset that turns tiny habits into life-changing outcomes. Examples of patience and long-term thinking. Example 1: weight loss. Scenario: you want to lose 20 pounds. Short-term trap: a crash diet drops 5 pounds in a week, but you regain it fast. Patience and long-term approach: cut 200 calories daily, e.g., skip soda and walk 30 minutes. After a month, you've lost 1 to 2 pounds, barely noticeable. Valley of disappointment. Weeks 1 to 8, the scale moves slowly, 4 to 5 pounds total. You're tempted to quit. Breakthrough. By month 6, you're down 12 pounds, and by year's end, 20 plus. Your body adapts, energy rises, clothes fit better, and the habit sticks. How it works: small changes compound. Patience gets you past the slow start. Long-term thinking keeps you from crash diet rebounds. Contrast: impatience leads to yo-yoing. Short-term focus sacrifices health for speed. Example 2: learning a language. Scenario: you aim to speak French fluently. Short-term trap: cram for a month, learn 100 phrases, then forget them without practice. Patience and long-term approach: study 10 minutes daily, e.g., 5 new words. After 3 months, you know 450 words, still not fluent. Valley of disappointment. Months 1 to 6, you stumble through basic sentences. Progress feels glacial. Breakthrough. By year 1, you're at 1,800 words, understanding conversations. Year 2, you're fluent, compounding vocabulary and practice pay off. How it works. Daily effort builds latent potential. Patience endures the awkward phase. Long-term thinking aims for mastery, not quick chats. Contrast. Rushing burns you out. Short-term cramming fades fast. Example 3. Building wealth. Scenario. You want to save $50,000. Short-term trap. Chase get-rich-quick schemes, e.g., risky stocks, losing more than you gain. Patience and long-term approach. Save $50 monthly at 5% interest. After 1 year, you have $620, barely a dent. Valley of disappointment. Years 1 to 5, savings grow to $3,300. It's slow, and you're tempted to splurge. Breakthrough. By year 20, compounding hits, you've got $20,000 plus. By year 30, it's over $50,000. How it works. Small deposits multiply over decades. Patience waits out the lean years. Long-term thinking trusts the math. Contrast. Impatience risks it all. Short-term focus spends the seed money. Example 4. Writing a book. Scenario. You dream of a published novel. Short-term trap. Write 10,000 words in a weekend, then abandon it from exhaustion. Patience and long-term approach. Write 200 words daily. After 3 months, you've got 18,000 words, half a draft, but not done. Valley of disappointment. Months 1 to 6, the story's rough and no one's impressed. You doubt it's worth it. Breakthrough. By month 10, you finish 60,000 words. Editing takes 6 more months, but you publish in year 2. How it works. Steady writing compounds into a book. Patience pushes past the messy draft. Long-term thinking eyes the bookshelf. Contrast. Rushing produces nothing. Short-term focus quits at the first slump. Real-world case. Bamboo growth. Clear uses the Chinese bamboo tree as a metaphor. For 5 years, it grows underground, showing little above soil. Pure valley of disappointment. Then in year 6, it shoots up 90 feet in weeks. Habits mirror this. Years of invisible effort, e.g., training, studying, explode into visible success, e.g., a championship, a degree.
Key insights.
Expect the valley. Progress isn't linear. Accepting slow starts prevents discouragement. Focus on process. Long-term thinking shifts attention from when will I see results to am I doing the work? Time is your ally. The longer you stick with a habit, the bigger the payoff. Patience turns 1% into 37x. The role of tracking. Tracking, e.g., XS on a calendar, helps during the valley. Seeing 30 days of effort, even without big wins, proves you're moving forward. Avoiding the traps. Impatience. Quitting in the valley, e.g., I've run for a month and still look the same. Short-term thinking. Chasing hacks, e.g., I'll work 80 hours this week. That collapse later. Tying to identity. Patience reinforces I'm a runner, not I need a marathon medal now. Long-term thinking builds a self-image that outlasts one goal. How to apply it. Set a vision. Define a long-term outcome, e.g., be fit at 50. Break it down. Start small, e.g., 10-minute walks. Embrace the valley. Expect slow results, e.g., I won't see abs in a month. Track effort. Log daily actions to stay motivated. Think decades. Ask, where will this habit take me in 10 years? Conclusion. Patience and long-term thinking are the unsung heroes of habit building. They get you through the valley of disappointment to the exponential rewards beyond. As Clear puts it, success is the product of daily habits, not once-in-a-lifetime transformations. Whether it's health, skills, or wealth, trusting the process and playing the long game turns small steps into giant leaps. The key? Don't rush the bamboo, let it grow.